want to thank the governor for signing this bill today. And I want to thank Oracle for hosting this event, which really provides a wonderful backdrop for an issue that underscores our effort to strengthen California's economy and make California even a better place in which to do business. This legislation, AB 2012, that I authored, builds on a few previous pieces of legislation in the area. AB 2734 that I offered 2 years ago to create GoBiz, a bill that was vetoed because it required Senate confirmation. And then last year, AB 29, which this governor signed into law, establishing GoBiz in statute and creating a single point of contact within state government for businesses in California. This is part of a continued effort on behalf of my colleagues in the legislature and the governor to make sure that we do everything possible to make California a better place in which to do business and a stronger economic climate. This legislation also assigns GoBiz, in cooperation with the federal government, the responsibility of fostering relationships with overseas entities to improve our state's image as a destination for business investment and expansion. AB 2012 formally transfers the responsibility of foreign trade to GoBiz, and as you heard from Jim, with the dissolution of the Technology, Trade, and Commerce Agency in 2003, California had no trade presence at all anywhere throughout the world. Signing this legislation solidifies our commitment to business, and it places California once again in international trade and investment arena. When you look at the job growth that we've experienced in this year in particular, and 2 months ago, half of all jobs created in the country were created here in California. And we continue to have a larger amount of job growth in California than the rest of the country as a whole. But when you look at the numbers, the two areas that have consistently led have been tourism and trade. And we've succeeded in those areas despite our lack of focus. So with the movement in this direction and the governor's cooperation with those of us in the legislature in fostering trade as a key priority, we think that this really sets us up for future growth. California is amongst the world's largest and most influential economies, and it only makes sense that we maintain our official presence in foreign nations to strengthen our standing in the global economy. In February of this year, the governor announced plans to open trade offices in Shanghai and in Beijing, which will help expand trade and investment across the Pacific with our important long-standing trading partners. And certainly California's largest and most consistent trading partner is Mexico. So I strongly believe that we should locate our next trade office in Mexico. Last year, I led a bipartisan delegation to visit Mexico, and one of the most consistent refrains we heard from policymakers and business leaders and American business operators doing business there was the potential for restoring and expanding prosperity on both sides of the border by strengthening the economic and commercial ties that already exist between Mexico and California. You've heard Jim talk about the incredible partnership that we have with China and the potential for increased prosperity for both of our countries. 2 months ago, actually a month and a half ago, I took another bipartisan delegation to South Korea, again looking at opportunities for us to synergistically build on our trade and innovation between South Korea and California. These are all functions that clearly will fall within GoBiz, given the governor's signature on my legislation today. Now, here at home, AB 2012 also transfers CalGold program from the California Environmental Protection Agency to GoBiz. CalGold was established in 1997 to assist businesses with information they needed to comply with environmental and other regulatory permitting requirements. CalGold offers direct internet links and contact information to state, local, regional, and federal permitting authorities for more information. Building on the idea of making government work more efficiently for business, this bill transfers the responsibility for maintenance of CalGold directly to GoBiz. It enhances GoBiz as the one-stop shop for businesses in California. Now, we know there's still more work to be done to ensure that every office has the tools they need to effectively serve business in California, and the governor and I look forward to continuing this work with as many interested stakeholders as possible. These changes are part of an ongoing effort to make California even a better place to do business. Our state is leading the nation, as I said, in job creation, and we need to build on these efforts to continue that trend and restore full prosperity for Californians. And that's why I'm so grateful for the governor's signature on this bipartisan legislation, and I look forward to continuing our efforts with the governor when the legislature reconvenes in December.